Hi, my name is Michelle Newberry, and I teach at the Burlington Community School District. I have a behavior-focused classroom with 6th through 9th grade students. I don't currently have any students on the spectrum, so the activities that I picked for a structured work system, I just got off of line, and I chose math because that's one of the things that I really like to do, and it's easy for me to teach. So, like I said, I chose math. I didn't work on these with any of the students, so I'm just going to go over the different activities and maybe some of the things that could you could look for when you're working with the students with these. I'll start with the form that I used that I found. I got this offline from somebody else. It has the student's goal or task given at the top, their name, and then I like that you can put the date and the observer's initials in the task, and you can either write I for independently, V for verbal sign prompt, M for modeled prompt, T for touch cue, PP for partial prompt, or F for full guidance. So obviously these activities we would want them to do independently, but they might have to start off with a para or the teacher working with them. So the first thing that I found was some money task cards. And I printed these off of Teachers Pay Teachers. So each one has different coins, and for the task, the student will have to add up the coins, and then I would have clothespins with answers on them so they could clip them on there, so then they would know when they were done if they used them all. Instead of just having them add them up and put them on a paper, this will be a little bit of self-correcting. They'll be able to tell if they make a mistake, or if maybe they put their clip on the wrong one. If at the end they need that clip for another one, then maybe they would recount and be like, that was the wrong clip. If I use these actually in the classroom, I would laminate them, of course. Like I said, I would use clothespins for them to match the answers. So for my next task, independent task, I got some fraction task cards, also off Teachers Pay Teachers. Now with this, instead of having a clothespin or them to, I would have them count the fraction pieces, and I would have them record it on the sheet. So on this one, a teacher or a paraeducator would have to look it over to see if they did it correctly before they'd be done. I guess I forgot to say that with the money task, I forgot to say I would keep these in a small basket with the clothespins, and it'd be color coded in the area where they would work independently. Now with the fraction ones, I would store it in a folder where the record sheet, the recording sheets on one side, the sheets that they have to record the answers on, and then the cards on the other side. And I would also laminate these, and I would put the cards in an envelope and put that in one side of the folder. So one side of the folder would have the recorded sheet, and the other would have the envelope with the task cards in it. Now, the last activity I found I really liked because you could really use this in a variety of different ways. It has envelopes, and you would put the problem on the outside of the envelope. I know you're not going to be able to see this, but anyway, the problem on the outside of the envelope. So, for example, this one has 16 times 2. So all these envelopes would have math problems on them. Now, this could be differentiated for different students, so you could even have easy, just addition problems all the way up to the harder multiplication problems. And I also like the use of the envelopes because then it will work for office and fine motor tasks because of the use of the envelope. So they have the answers on these other little pieces of paper, and they have to actually put the piece of paper in the envelope. It also is completely self-checking. They have to match all the answers to a problem, so if the things don't match up, they know to check itself. Like I said, you can easily differentiate it by doing addition, single digits, or more complex multiplication, or you can mix up different problems and different operations. You could also add a calculator skills to this if you used harder problems. So that's another skill that students need for life skills. Or you could even have them write the answers down instead of matching them up, but then that doesn't have the self-check. So like I said, I really liked this one. And this one I would store also in a small basket and envelopes and answer cards in it. The area for independent work, if I had a classroom that I was working with autism spectrum disorder students, I would have a small table and all materials would be color coded in an area. And then I would also have a tracker that they could look at so they know what they need to do, using pictures, what they need to do, and how will they know when they're done. Like I said, this tracking I thought was cool, and I would use it for all of these tasks. Again, you could track how long it took for them to do the activities as well, and then that will also help you if you need to adjust anything. So, thanks.